Buying or selling real estate isn't just a transaction. It's all about the relationships. Strong relationships with buyers can lead to smoother deals, better communication, and even future referrals. In this video, I'm going to be sharing some proven strategies that build long-lasting relationships with buyers, establishing trust, and standing out as a real estate agent that they can depend on. Whether you're a buyer's agent or a seller working with buyers directly, these tips are going to ensure that you create meaningful connections and help you smoothen out your process. What's up, everyone? My name is Jack Bouvier with the Bouvier Real Estate Group here at buyers and investors just like you every single day, navigate the real estate journey and helping you throughout the process. If you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to reach out to me. My contact details are in the description below, along with all my other links to my free resources on my website. I'd be happy to connect with you and help you along your journey. Now, why do relationships matter in real estate specifically? Well, trust is truly the foundation in today's modern world. Buyers are making one of the biggest financial decisions that they might ever make in their lives. So by earning their trust, you can make sure that these hesitant leads turn into some loyal clients. Also, relationships are key to repeat business and referrals. A satisfied buyer is going to be recommending you to all their friends and family. If they've had a great experience working with you and you've had a good time and they can trust your services that they'll be able to provide for other people as well, then they're going to recommend your services to all the people that they know that are looking to either buy, sell, or invest. And also, by having strong relationships with buyers, you're going to ensure a smoother process overall. It's going to foster some better communication, making negotiations and problem solving a lot easier. Rather than if you are butting heads and don't agree with everything, then it's going to make it a lot more challenging to actually be able to work together and be able to work out a deal. So some strategies to build these long-term relationships are to listen actively. Understand the buyer's needs, preferences, and pain points. Make sure you take notes during the conversation to remember small details like the must-haves and the nice-to-haves or their budget constraints. Make sure you ask deep questions. Understand what are their fears, their concerns, their goals, their objectives with the whole process and journey, and how can you help them throughout this process. Next, you're going to want to be transparent and honest. Buyers value honesty, even if it means pointing out some flaws in a property that real estate agent likes. You must make sure that your real estate agent is there to advocate for your best interests and is going to be making sure that all of the flaws, details are completely laid out, making you have the best informed and confident decision. Also, you're going to want to make sure that you communicate regularly. You want to make sure you keep buyers updated on the market trends, what's going on, new listings publishing on the market, progress on the sale, any sold properties, any upcoming developments and key changes in the market. You're going to want to make sure lots of channels are being used like phone, email, text message, online social media to create multiple avenues of communication and making sure that you're staying in contact throughout the whole process. Next, you're going to want to educate buyers because by sharing these insights about the buyer process, the market conditions, what's happening right now with the financing options, the interest rates, etc., it's going to allow you to actually build that trust and that competency and representing yourself as the expert towards the buyer, which reciprocates more trust from the buyer. And then you're also going to want to show and express empathy. This is something that I continue to have to work on, but by understanding that this home purchase process is quite of a daunting task and it's very stressful, just offer the reassurance when needed and bring your support whenever you can. Recognize that it is a very high emotional experience by not knowing if it's the right decision and knowing if you are making the right decision, weighing all the pros and cons, and just recognizing how your buyer client feels throughout the process. Recognizing that through your expressions and communications that you have with your client will help them understand that you understand, and the trust will be enhanced and the whole process will be a lot smoother. Next, you're going to want to provide some personalization to these communications with your clients if you can. Tailor any recommendations that you can. Suggest properties that align with their unique needs, such as a family that might be needing the basement space. Don't send them properties that have unfinished basements or potentially a garage that's a mandatory must-have. Don't send them properties that don't have a garage. So make sure that the properties that you're looking out for your clients are the best fit for them. When working with your buyers, make sure you mark down all these details so you know that each property that you look at has those ideal features. And along with knowing some of the key details, you're going to want to understand your client's details. And by details, I mean you want to know more of their background. You want to know more about their family, their occupation, what do they like doing for fun, and what are their true aspirations. Remember when their birthday is. Remember when their kid's birthday is, or any specific special life events. If you can offer a handwritten note or a small gift on those special occasions, it goes a long way to build that trust and that likability for your buyer clients. And then lastly, adapt to their style. Everyone has their own way of communicating and operating their day-to-day life. Some people are more analytical and prefer data and numbers, where others want some more emotional connection and support and approval of their family and friends. And some are just very driver driven and they just want to get the process done with and just want to know the key details and make a decision from there. So tailor your approach to each individual that you work with. And some ways to go above and beyond for your buyer clients. Well, you must provide value beyond the sale. Offer reassurance like contractor recommendations, moving tips, home maintenance guides, all of the above. Be available when you can by responding promptly to questions or concerns, even outside regular hours when possible. And regularly check in with your clients after they move in to ensure that they're happy with their new home. Making quick calls to see how their move-in process has been coming along and how they're liking the place, etc., so that you know that they're well taken care of and everything's going well in their life, and being there to provide value and support however you can. Some common mistakes to avoid when building these relationships with your buyers is over-promising and under-delivering. Be realistic about what you can achieve and manage expectations. Also, people just lack the personal touch. They avoid being too transactional, and these buyers can feel that, and they just feel that they're just another number to the real estate agent. And lastly, people just ignore feedback. If a buyer expresses concerns or preferences, make those adjustments accordingly. Building relationships with a buyer isn't just good for business. It's, in my opinion, the key to being a professional and a trusted advisor in whatever field that you choose to endeavor on. By listening, personalizing your approach, and going above and beyond for your client, you can create lasting connections that lead to successful transactions and future referrals. If you're looking for an agent that values relationships, continues to stay in touch with their clients, and provides value and support whenever needed, feel free to reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to hop on an absolutely no pressure call just to kind of see where you're at in your situation and how I could be of support. My contact details are in the description below, along with all my links to my free resources on my website, and I'd be happy to connect with you.